He's never fought us. Not us united.
I can so see that. That's it. Welcome to Comics League. I'm your host, Jared, and today is a very special video today. I have hyped this up for a while. Since my Dear James Gunn video got a lot of attention, I figured I'd do this again. This one is going to be an open letter to Mr. Zack Snyder. So I want to start off. All right, so dear Mr. Snyder, dear Zack, this is going to be primarily a thank you letter for everything because here's the thing. This whole endeavor of mine, this whole channel, the friendships I have made ever since starting YouTube, this all started because the Snyder Cut was announced, because you came back to finish the Snyder Cut. And literally, because here's the thing. At that time period of my life, I was a political science major in college. I was like kind of bored, kind of like, I don't know, not really feeling it. It was during COVID and everything, kind of alone. And then the announcement happens, and then I start the podcast. It took us a little bit to get some traction, but because of your movie, Zach, all of this happens. Because of Justice League, I got back into comic books. I started this whole channel that's basically a tribute to the Snyderverse, but still, I have met so many amazing people like Nick from the Phoenix Press, Jay Heat, Taladia. All their links will be in the bottom. And it really gave me a new appreciation for this medium. So that's my first, thank you. Second off, thank you for creating what is quite possibly the greatest superhero movie of all time, which is Zack Snyder's Justice League. And no matter what anyone says, the best trilogy of movies. I say trilogy because we all know you have two more in you. So I very much really appreciate that, because these movies have succeeded in so many different ways of getting so many different people into DC Comics after being away for so long. Myself specifically, again, because again, I wasn't really into comics at the time. I thought it was kind of meh. I was like, I wasn't really into it. Then that got announced, and then it's like all of a sudden I rewatched your movies, and that gave me a more holistic, a better appreciation for these characters, their mythology, and like the medium in general. And I've also been able to appreciate the movie making process so much because I've seen what studio interference can do. I've also never researched so thoroughly how movies are made. So thanks to you, I have all this knowledge. And I want to circle back to the friendships, because here's the thing. A lot of these people I would never have met had it not been for the starting of this podcast, which would not have started were it not for the Snyder Cut being announced. Because again, I wanted to form podcasts. I just didn't know what to discuss, because there wasn't really anything at that point in my life that I was really that passionate about that I could talk about openly without stuff. So ultimately, when that got announced and I got really into comics, I called up who would become my co-host on the phone. And we started talking about the announcement that Snyder Cut was coming. And honestly, it was at that moment, it was like a light bulb went off in my head. And I was like, this is it. We should just talk about comic books all day. And thus Comics League was born. At the time, it was known as Under Two Case, but that's like the main podcast. By the way, if you ever want to come on the podcast, we'd be happy to have you. And again, because of that, I started reaching out to a lot of different people to appear on the show. Wes from Thinking Critical, Nerdette, Max, Mad Max. Again, Nick, Taladia, and Jay Heat. All these guys that would become like some of my closest friends are all because of that one movie was announced. Just that one movie birthed all of this. That's the point that I want to leave this open letter with, is that one movie, well, one film universe, but still one movie announcement. That Snyder Cut announcement is what inspired me to form all of this, get back into comics, and basically lead a happier life. So, from the bottom of my heart, from one DC fan to another, one film fan for another, thank you, because all of this would not have happened without you, dude. I get, it's like you're creating universes and like without even making DC movies. So again, thank you for everything. Sincerely, Jared from Comics League.